What's up, guys? This is Matt Wenning at winningstrength.com. Today's video is a little bit more of an applied video. This video is the fastest way to blow up your bench and 3 pro tips. Plus, I'm going to throw in a small sample program of what I would do to increase my bench, including some major pitfalls that we see in the fitness industry today. But before we get into that, please like, subscribe, and comment on some things that maybe have helped or hurt your bench press training in the current time or in the past. So a little background information on my bench pressing and where it led me. So I've been able to bench press over 500 pounds for 25 years, which I think has got to be some sort of a record. But I was also able to hit the 600s with a 600, a 606, and a 611 in full competitions. This has been a huge journey for me to learn how to be able to press while reducing mileage. My shoulders are healthy, my elbows are healthy, and most importantly, I can still train at 45 years old. So what I'm about to tell you today is going to help you tremendously and also help you achieve your goals, but do it with low mileage and make it safe. The first major tip that I think is important is to not bench press more than twice a week. This is at the absolute maximum. So this is going to throw out a lot of programs that tell you to bench 3 or 4 times a week or even more. Sometimes you even see things that tell you to bench press every day. It's a bad idea if you're trying to reduce the mileage and over the long term increase performance. For me, I've tried a lot of the different programs. I tried Smoloff when I was younger. I tried Borishiko programs. I tried a lot of the different stuff that we were seeing coming out of the Soviet Union 20, 25 years ago, and all it led me to was just aches and pains and not really getting any better. So try to avoid those areas and those types of training modalities because they're probably not for you, and they're really not for a lot of other people. Many that train that way tend to not last very long and have a lot of complications and problems. So the first big tip is only train the bench twice a week. The next big tip that I can give you is try to teach the bench press to not be a pec exercise. This is a huge problem that we see as most people go, oh, it's chest day, so I'm going to bench press. We need to focus on the bench press being more of an arm dominant day and a back stabilizer day. So it doesn't mean that the bench press doesn't build the chest musculature or the anterior delt. It just means that if we do more isolation work in those areas, we're going to tend to screw up our form and start to create mileage around the shoulder. The big key is to let the bench secondarily grow the pecs and the shoulders and focus primarily on the triceps and the upper back stability to increase your bench. This is going to be a huge factor in not only you lasting, but also increasing performance down the road. The back muscles are super important in the bench press, regardless of what anyone says, because you have to stabilize the scapula. Think about it in terms of having stability and not having stability, right? Like if our back muscles are not strong, tight, and guiding the shoulder blade to where it needs to go, our shoulder is kind of a ticking time bomb for big problems, both in the internal and external rotators, in the entire rotator cuff, because there's no stability or control. So again, the upper back is majorly important, and your triceps should be the major dominant muscle group. Final tip on this video is to make sure that you're not benching too wide. If we look at Julius Maddox, myself, and a lot of the other top benchers in the world that are, in the 5s, the 6s, or the 7s, or even Maddox close to the 8s, you'll find that a lot of the guys that have the wider grips tend to have shorter careers and a lot of nagging issues. This is because once our arms go beyond 1.5 times width of shoulder, then the increase on anterior delt and shoulder problems is enhanced dramatically. So what you need to do is make sure that your bench pressing is in a position that can withstand the most mileage. This is a hard thing for people to swallow because a lot of people believe that you can walk in and you should just put your hands wherever you're comfortable. Probably some of the worst advice that I've ever heard. So this is Matt Wenning at winningstrength.com. We hope to help you guys out as much as we possibly can. Get on winningstrength.com, check out the website, check out online coaching if you want to be coached by elite coaches of both Wade Russell and John Bronham. Both the guys are amazing coaches, and coached Olympic and world-class athletes, all the way down to beginners. But the big thing is, guys, is that if you're a beginner and you're an intermediate lifter, you probably have a lot of technical flaws that are probably impeding your strength gains. And by having a skilled coach look at your stuff, it's going to make you get stronger a lot faster, but also avoid a ton of frustration. So I hope this helps. Let's go back over the 3 points. 1, only bench 2 times a week because it's all you can recover from. 2, treat the bench as a back and tricep dominant movement to allow protection and technique to grow. And number 3, make sure your hands aren't too wide to where the muscle emphasis is in the wrong position, causing more injuries and more disruptions down the road.
Hey, this is Gunnar Peterson. I'm a friend of Matt Wenning's, and I've worked with Matt Wenning, and I've been honored to share a stage with Matt Wenning, and I want to tell you this. His programming is second to none. None. I bring myself into that too, but his programming is phenomenal. His Wenning warm-up changed the game in warm-ups, and honestly, if I'm looking for an online program and I need to mix it up, I'm calling Matt Wenning.
Okay, now for the basic workout plan that you guys are probably going to want to implement to get a really good bench. It doesn't matter which day 1 or day 2. In day 1, you're going to want to focus on maximal strength, and you're going to want to make sure that you're doing enough accessory exercises to smash both your triceps and your lats. So we want to do a traditional Wenning warm-up. We want to select 3 exercises. 1 is a tricep exercise, 1 is a back exercise, and then 1 is usually a primer exercise. If you need more diving into that, go on wenningstrength.com and check out the Wenning warm-up tutorial videos, and you'll be able to get a really good idea of what that means. Then you select 1 major pressing exercise, and you take it about as far as you can with a particular rep scheme, i.e. 1 rep, 2, 3, and upwards of about 5. 5 reps is the limit for maximal effort training. Now, once you've achieved a 5 rep max in a certain style of bench pressing that you're going to do that day, you're going to want to move to accessory work, and you're going to follow a similar path to what you're doing for warm-ups, but now you're doing those exercises much heavier and until failure. So we have a primer warm-up, we have a main lift, and we have accessory movements. You should be able to get your workouts done in about an hour, because if you go above that, you're going to do more harm than good long term. Then what you're going to do is rest about 72 hours, and then the next day, the warm-ups and the accessories will be very similar, but now you're going to work on rate of force development. This means that bar speed is more important than weight. These percentages can vary anywhere between 30% at the lowest and around 60% at the highest, depending on if you're going to use bands or chains. So you have to work on rate of force to work on the other side of the force equation to make sure that you're getting quicker as you're getting stronger. Because if you run out of time to strain, your strength is not going to be able to be shown, which is usually between 5 and 7 seconds. This means we have to get more and more explosive to be able to get stronger over a longer period of time. This also breaks up the training more so than reps, because a lot of people will go, well, I have a high rep day and then I have a heavy day. What about your rate of force day? So again, the dynamic effort method has proven very efficient in our gym, Louis' gym, and many other places. But the biggest thing that I can lay out for you guys is only bench twice a week, and make sure you're doing a day that's heavier and a day that's faster. If you need more information on that, go check out the bench press manual on the website, where it lays out each individual detailed exercise. Same thing holds true with the app. Both on Patreon and Train Heroic, we rotate the exercises after we've had clients or ourselves go through it and say, this is perfect, this is too much, this is too little, get it to perfectly dial in for most of the people that we train. So hopefully this helps you if you're just beginning, and this is the optimal way to work out for bench press, at least as far as I'm concerned. Talk to you guys later.